In a dramatic twist that has left the hip-hop and entertainment world reeling, sources now reveal that Big Meech, founder of the notorious Black Mafia family, allegedly called on his old gang associates from deep within prison to orchestrate a brutal ambush on 50 Cent, in retaliation for what he sees as betrayal and humiliation of his son, Lil Meech, after 50 Cent removed him from the BMF series and replace him with the very friend who exposed him. This is not just beef. This is war. What started as a business fallout between 50 Cent and Lil Meech has exploded into something far more dangerous. Something rooted in legacy, street code, and loyalty. And now, that war has taken a violent turn. The word on the streets is that 50 Cent was ambushed and beaten, not by random goons, but by men with decades-long loyalty to Big Meech, pulled straight from the depths of Detroit's coldest history books. Let's rewind, because this is deeper than it seems. The tension began boiling weeks ago when 50 Cent abruptly fired Lil Meech from his lead role in the BMF television series. This alone sent shockwaves through the industry. Meech had become the face of the show, portray his own father in what was seen as one of TV's most iconic character real-life blends. It was more than casting. It was symbolic. It was legacy. But everything shattered when it was revealed that Lil Meech's own friend had snitched to 50 himself about alleged real-life betrayals and loose talk around the still-sensitive BMF operations. That friend, as a reward, was given Lil Meech's role, a ruthless move by 50, who framed it as a lesson in loyalty, but a decision that sent the entire BMF circle into an uproar. Enter Big Meech. Locked behind bars for over a decade, Demetrius Big Meech Flannery has maintained a level of influence that most free men couldn't dream of. He's the architect of BMF, a man who built a street empire from scratch. And while time behind bars has taken away his freedom, it hasn't taken away his reach. He's still respected, still feared, and more importantly, still connected. When news reached Big Meech that his son had not only been publicly humiliated, but replaced by the very person who ratted him out, something snapped. The whispers say Meech saw this as the ultimate violation, not just his family, but of the code. He reportedly told a close contact, "If 50 want to play like that, you're going to find out real quick why they called us the Mafia." That wasn't just prison talk. That was a warning. And then came the retaliation. Sources say Big Meech quietly reached out to some of his oldest and most trusted gang associates still operating on the streets. These weren't just any guys. These were OGs, men who had moved product, handled collections, enforced loyalty back when BMF was running cities coast to coast. Within days, plans were allegedly set into motion. 50 Cent, who had been moving freely between TV sets and business meetings, suddenly found himself ambushed while exiting a private location in Atlanta. According to insiders, he was leaving a hush-hush production meeting for an upcoming Power spinoff when a black SUV pulled up fast and 3 masked men jumped out. Witnesses say there was no warning, no guns, just fists, knees, elbows. It was surgical, personal, violent. They didn't rob him. They didn't threaten him. They just beat him. Bruised ribs, a busted lip, swollen jaw. 50 managed to walk away, but barely. His security detail was nowhere close enough to stop the hit, which lasted less than a minute but felt like a lifetime. The message was loud and clear. This is for Meech. Now, of course, the mainstream media is quiet. There's no police report, no arrest, no camera footage released. But the streets? The streets know. The chatter is everywhere. Everyone in the underground knows this wasn't random. It was a sanctioned move, and the kind that only Big Meech could call from behind the prison walls. It was old-school vengeance wrapped in modern-day precision, and it hit 50 Cent where it hurt, not in his pockets, but in his pride. For 50, this is a nightmare scenario. He built an empire off of playing gangsta on TV, telling stories of loyalty and betrayal, but now he's living it, for real. And the man who wrote the original BMF script isn't following the lines anymore. He's flipping the script. He's reminding 50 that the real BMF doesn't play by Hollywood rules. But what does this mean moving forward? First off, security around 50 Cent has reportedly doubled. His team is said to be conducting an internal review to understand how this hit was even possible. Rumors are that he's canceled multiple appearances and is now considering pulling out of public events entirely for the next month. But here's the real question. Will he strike back? Because if we know 50 Cent, we know he's not the type to take a beating and walk away quietly. He's been known for feuds, but this is street level. This is bigger than trolling, bigger than rap. And if 50 tries to respond with another diss, another public humiliation, or worse, then this could spiral into a war the likes of which hip-hop hasn't seen since the darkest days of East versus West. But don't count Big Meech out either. Word is he's feeling vindicated from behind bars. His name is ringing louder than ever. His loyalty to his son, his code of honor, his ability to still pull strings from a cell, it's reasserting his legacy in ways no Netflix documentary ever could. To the streets, Meech is now not just a legend, but a living legend, still active, still feared. And what about Lil Meech? Ironically, he's been quiet through all of this. After being replaced, humiliated, and publicly shamed, this move by his father has shifted the narrative. Suddenly, Lil Meech is back in the spotlight, not as a victim, but as someone who still has protection, still has backing, still has power. He posted a cryptic story on Instagram. Blood makes you related. Loyalty makes you real. Fans believe that was a subtle nod to his dad's retaliation, a way of saying, you mess with the wrong family. Still, there's risk involved.